Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Azzy here. In today's video, boys, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be making a video on why you guys should switch from linear to exponential settings, especially within chapter 3. Make sure to listen to this video the whole way out because I feel like I do really give some good points. Make sure to leave a comment as well if you guys do disagree. Maybe we'll just have a little discussion. It'd be really good to hear some feedback. But while you're down there as well, if you guys could subscribe, we're actually super close to 5,600 subscribers right now. So we're trying to hit 6K in a couple months. So it'd be unbelievable if you guys could do that. Because over 96% of you guys are actually not subscribed to the channel. So come on, let's change it, please. I want to go through the loadout of what I'm going to do for this video. I'm going to talk about exponential first, like the benefits of it, and then I'm going to talk about linear. Then you guys can either make up your own mind if you guys want to switch or anything like that, but I highly advise it straight away. Whether you've been using linear before or you've just started playing Fortnite, I would definitely choose Expo. Alright, so my first point about exponential is that the aim assist on exponential it just feels stronger than it does on linear. So first things first, I want to go through why I say in this season more than ever. If you guys don't know, they've actually taken aim assist away from the new assault rifles like the Ranger and the MK7 from close range, and the shotguns aren't as good this season. Obviously, you still have aim assist with them, but they're just not as good as last season. So, getting into it, I feel like Expo has a lot better aim assist in this season. With Expo, I feel like it just feels like you've still got the same aim assist. Like, everyone's obviously on about at the moment, like, controllers at a disadvantage because they've taken aim assist away up close. And if you guys are wondering the range that, like, they've taken it away from, it's about 2-3 squares in Fortnite. So, it's about, like, 0 to 30 meters away. You guys will have no aim assist with the new weapons. And I'm not going to lie, this season has been out for about a month now, and I really haven't felt much of a difference compared to last season. If anything, I'm probably just, like, carrying more SMGs, and that's what you don't have aim assist with because it still feels so strong on Expo. Like, I'm hitting headshots like we still have aim assist. Like, there's not much of a big difference for me personally, and the people that I do see complaining about aim assist are the people on linear because it is a lot faster. Like, you don't really have that much control over it, and also Expo used to be legacy controls. If you guys don't know what legacy controls were, that was pretty much when aim assist was at its peak, you know, like that's when it was the L2, R2, someone would be in the sky and you could just look at them and just tap L2, R2, L2, R2 and you would just melt them. And that is what exponential is, but it's just pretty much got a rename and a little bit of a nerf on it. And linear is something that is totally different, totally new, that got added in chapter 2. It's for them flashy kind of builds, like PC kind of builds on controller, but I'm going to get into that just after I've got a few more things to run through on Expo. So yeah, Expo is actually slower than linear, like I just said, but you have so much more control with your aim and your builds. You do have that kind of Razor X, if you guys know who he is, like a very smooth controller playstyle. Exponential is their typical controller playstyle. Like, you are going to look a little bit more like a controller player, but that's kind of what you are on. Like, that is your input. With that being said, a lot of people are actually changing from linear before we've even started making this video. Like, if you know Colosso or Colazo, however you say his name, and a few other like pros or just really good players have been switching from linear over to exponential this season because they know aim this season is what you need. You know, if you don't hit your shots, you're not going to get kills, you're not going to rank up, you're not going to get to the next division or anything like that. So if you guys are looking for some exponential settings, or you want to hear about the aim assist buff and everything like that, I've actually dropped 2 videos on the channel about them the past couple of weeks, so make sure to go check them out after this one. But like I said, players switching from linear that have played on linear since like it first came out over to exponential should kind of really give you enough justification to be like, if they're doing it and they earn money on the game, then it's probably worth the casual or even just someone that's trying to be a professional player to switch over to exponential. At least give it a try, you know, try it for a month or so. A month really isn't that long. This is quite a long season that we've got here. We always have a first long season to each new chapter, and I feel like this is probably the best time to adjust to it as there is a new meta. Running through the last couple of things right now, you will not be able to compare exponential versus linear with the aim. Like, even people on linear, they even say the aim on exponential is unbelievable. Like, it's sticky, you hit shots, it just, I don't know how to describe it, it just feels so good. Like, it just feels nice. Like, on linear for me, it may be because I'm 23 and I'm just not as good as like other people, like all these pros at like 15, 16 or 13 or anything like that. I feel like at a younger age, linear probably would have been better for me, but as I've got older, exponential is so much better for me, and I probably would never change. I've always stuck on exponential. I have tried linear out before, so it's not really a total bias thing, but I got on with exponential a lot better than I did with linear. My last little thing about exponential right here, okay? So everyone always says it's so stiff for builds and stuff like that. And there's one way to counter it. Just lower your dead zones, higher your build sense, higher your edit sense, and lower your dead zones. That will counter the stiffness or anything like that, and you will just get used to it after a while. It really isn't that bad at all, I don't think. Like, I can still like quad edit or triple edit or like do most of the things, if not all the things that linear player can do, because I've been playing on it that long. You just adjust. I do want to apologize if my throat kind of like voice cracking or going up and down. It's because I'm actually quite ill at the moment, but yeah. But moving on to linear, okay, I've actually got a few pros for linear, and I'm not saying that linear is like a total write-off, you should never use it, because they are very close, but I feel like this season, Exponential takes it by that extra bit. And I feel like no Exponential player could even kind of qualm this or even say, oh, nah, that's not true. Linear have better builds, and they always will have better builds because you have such a smaller, like, dead zone already when you're on there. You only have to move your analog a tiny bit to get a real big kind of adjustment on linear. With Exponential, even if you do lower your dead zones and higher your build sense and everything like that, you still will not be able to achieve what you could on linear. Because that is what linear is for, you know, it's trying to get that PC playstyle, like that keyboard and mouse playstyle on controller, and they've done it very, very well. You know, you see like Sway or like most creative people, they do play on linear. You do find some creative players that do play on Exponential, and they are like amazing. They're the ones that hit hard. Not saying that you can't hit hard on linear, but I'm saying Exponential is better for aim. Linear is better for builds. Also, linear is actually probably one of the most common inputs that they actually use on other games apart from Fortnite, like on Warzone or anything like that. Exponential is on a fair few, but it's not on all of them. But it is the most common used input even on Fortnite. I think even when you start the game, I think it puts you onto linear straight away. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I feel like it definitely is the most common input out there within Fortnite. But just because it's the most used doesn't mean it is the best. You know, that goes with saying with everything. So I did actually cover this a little bit earlier. Linear does have a smaller range of motion. So if you guys are on the analog stick, you'd only have to make a tiny little circle to do a little edit. To do an arch edit, you'd only have to move your analog a tiny bit compared to linear. You'd have to have a bigger range of motion, even if your dead zones were turned right down, because I feel like the linear dead zones automatically are smaller than they are on Exponential. And like I said, linear is very good for builds and stuff like that. And a fun little fact, linear actually used to help you up close, but it feels like this season it just doesn't seem to do that. Exponential works further from away, even though this season it works better up close, because you still have like, it's a more of a sticky feel. It locks onto people a lot better than what linear does, and not many people can counter that. If you counter that, you're kind of naive and stuff like that. That is literally the definition. Like, Expo is better from further away and linear is meant to be better from up close, but it doesn't seem to be that way this season, because I'm the same up close and from further away. My aim's probably better up close this season on Expo than it was last season for some reason, and linear actually is probably one of the things that you could be most consistent with, obviously with builds and stuff like that, just because it doesn't have a look input curve. Because linear doesn't have a look input curve like a massive one. It's more of a straight line, and on Exponential it's got a slight curve to it, so you'll probably be more consistent on linear with the builds and everything like that. And I did kind of cover this a little bit earlier. I feel like if you're a younger player, like in your 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 17, you guys will probably benefit better from linear. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's so much going on for me personally, and it's just not as consistent with the aim or anything like that. I feel like when you're younger, you have a better reaction time, better stuff like this. And I'm nowhere near old or like a wash player or anything like that. I'm just saying, I feel like linear is for the younger people. Exponential is for the older people, but there is younger people on it. You know, I'm not being ageist or whatever it is. Like, I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of younger players do play on linear, and the older kind of players, they do play on Expo. So take that with what you will. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I just want to say Exponential, in my opinion, is the best look input curve this season, and it just always will be, in my opinion, because yes, builds and that, they're so good, they look flashy, they're amazing, but if you can't hit your shots, what is the point of even being on that input curve? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll have another couple of videos out for the rest of the week / next week, whenever this one's going up. And yeah, it's been your boy Aaron Assi, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.